Alright, something I need to show you. First, let me get it back to the default setting for gamma, which is usually around 2.4. Now, it's at night, the sun is going down, the only thing you can see in the distance, of course, very clearly, is supply drops. And in this case, there's the orb, the red orb. There's more than one, different colors. Alright, so what you need to do as a new player is press tab, see at the lower left, and then type in GAMMA for gamma, space, and then type in a number that will brighten up your screen. In this case, it'll be a higher number, like 4 or 5. That's 4. Now, 4 is not too bad, but right now we've got a lot of rain, heavy rain, and a little bit of fog. So we'll do it again. Press tab, type in gamma, whoops, spacebar, and the number 5. Notice it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. It's primarily because of the heavy rain and the slight bit of fog, but you can see at least a little bit. Now, once the rain stops, you'll be able to see pretty well. You can still tell it's at night because the screen is, I don't know, what would you say, a little on the foggy side, but not much. Now, new players won't know this, and the game is not intuitive. There we go, the rain stopped. That's on the setting of 5, but we still got a fog issue. So, until you get fairly close to something, you won't see it. But that's how you set your gamma during gameplay. Now, you can also use the escape key. And you can look up here, and you can see you got various options. Well, this is, of course, leave the game. And this is to resume the game, and this is your options. Now, what if you click on option, it takes you to these various pages that lets you do various things. Now, if you change anything, then you've got to first save it, or I should say apply it, and then save it. You want to go back to the game defaults, you just click on this. Now, once you've applied it, you like what you see, then you go ahead and you save it, and then you hit this before you leave this page. Now, the same is true of these other pages. They all offer certain things. And of course, as you can see, there's more than one thing to learn about. This is your keyboard control, your key bindings. You're playing on a PC with a keyboard and mouse. And you need to study all these different options. Now, you can change some of these, but you want to be a little careful about that. Now, you can type in, like you see here, gamma 1 and 2 values, but it's a nuisance to do it this way. So you want to use the shortcut I showed you by pressing the tab key. But if you do mess with stuff here, after you make some changes, you want to apply it and then you want to save it. And of course, this will return you to defaults. Alright, now if you're using a controller, a game controller, you've got some options here that you want to study. Now, if your game controller doesn't look like this, then you might have to kind of change things around a little bit and try to figure out what's what. Okay, now you also got this last option here. This is your keyboard. You got your middle mouse button. Now, they call this RTS mode, and what that does is it changes your viewpoint. Either close up where you only see the avatar's 2 hands, and if you rotate the other direction, you'll get behind the avatar view. Center on player, center on select, whatever you selected. I don't use these commands hardly at all, but anyway, they're there, and you might want to be aware of them. And then, of course, this is your default page, the very first one. And there's all kinds of things to play with, but beware to be careful when you make changes. You might only want to make one change at a time. And that way, if you don't like it, well, what you did, you can go back and change it. And then, of course, all of these pop-up windows like this, you can hit the X up here. Or you can hit your escape key, which is what I'm going to do right now. It takes you back to the default screen. Now I'm going to get back into the game, so there we go. Alrighty. That's how you can see what you're doing. Now, notice that with this view, set on 5, which 6 doesn't seem to make any difference, so I just go to 5. Now we could try using tab key, type in gamma, and go 5.8 and see if that makes any difference. Well, I'm not noticing any. But remember, this is at night. Your normal setting's either 4 or 5, and if we go back to 2, which is default for daytime, it's kind of hard to see anything. Alright, hopefully that was enough information. Until next time.